whether at the global level, the brand building has become very significant in the present context. In case of brand building, we have to remember two key words. One is perform and another is inform. Brand building is all about performing and informing. You perform but don't inform, then you will not be known in the market. Or you inform but you don't perform, then you will not be accepted in the market. So both things are very much essential. The performing and informing are the two areas, key areas, which are essential for brand building. I'll give one example. In case of Apple products, so everybody's, or particularly the young generation, their final aspiration is to have one Apple product with them. In United States, people stand in queue to have, they stand overnight. When a new brand is released, when a new model is released, they stand in queue overnight to have the new product. So that's the kind of acceptance of Apple products in the market. But if you look at the money spent in marketing, money spent in brand building, money spent in advertisement, Apple spends half of what Dell Computers, Apple spends about $500 million a year, and it is half of what Dell Computers spends and 1/3 of what Microsoft spends. So Microsoft spends 3 times what Apple Computer spends. But then, even then, Apple has such a recognition, a reputation in the market, that is because of the quality, the performance. So once the performance is proven, then you need not have to bother about marketing. So there's a kind of acceptance. So getting that societal acceptance, the customer's acceptance, is first thing that the institution or industry or service provider has to look into. I'll give one more example. When or before Toyota entered into US market, it was some 50 years back when Toyota entered into US market. So before that, there were several US brands of vehicles. One of the employees of, it's written in Toyota way, one of the employees of Ford company there, he later joins Toyota, and then he shares his experience. The American cars had lots of technical issues, problems. He shares, after joining Toyota, he says, when I was working in Ford, whenever I attended certain social programs, I never disclosed my identity. I never expressed or told that I am working for Ford, because the moment I said that I am working for Ford, then everybody there would start complaining with me about the problems they face in the Ford. So I tried to hide my identity there. I did not say that I was working in Ford. And once I joined Toyota, I found a new home, safe home in Toyota. That's because Toyota, before entering into American market, the first thing they did was they approached hundreds of people having different brands of American vehicles. They asked them what are the good things. They did not ask them what are the good things in the vehicle. They asked them what are the bad things in the vehicle, what they did not like in those American vehicles. And then before releasing Toyota in the market, they tried to rectify, sort out all those issues, and then they released their products in the market, so that the Toyota, once it was released in the market, it was immediately accepted. That's how the negative propaganda, if the Ford had technical issues, because of that, whatever advertisement they gave, then it was not accepted once the Toyota came into market, and Apple, without any advertisement, people go after that. That is because of the performance. The first thing anybody, any individual or institution, service provider has to do is the quality. The quality is the prime aspect. Once quality is there, then all others add to our performance or add to our marketing strategies. Now the trend of the customer is changing. You know, at least in the developed nation, when we speak of the global branding, it's not only the customer satisfaction that is important. So maybe in the developing countries like ours, we might not bother about that. Otherwise, so 50 years back or 25 years back, a customer would ask, what good you did to me? What good the company did to me? So that is, the product which I am going to buy, whether it is of good quality, whether it is efficient, whether the after-sales service is good. So these are the criteria a customer used to look at when buying a product. But now in developed countries, in affluent countries, you can say, people think beyond that. They say, what are the benefits you give to the community? Whether the pollution control measures are properly adhered to, what footprints you leave while you release the product to the market, whether all the norms are strictly adhered to, whether the security and safety and comforts of employees are taken care of. So earlier it was the customer satisfaction that was important. Now customer is looking at not only his satisfaction, but also he is looking at the values while buying a product. If a particular product or if a particular company for that matter is not adhering to the pollution control norms, if the company is causing a lot of pollution, the customer may restrain himself from buying that product because he has not only personal interest but also societal interest. So in the present context, when the companies, when they brand the products, they have to look at not only the quality of the products but also the societal concern, whether the corporate social responsibility is taken care of and all these basic requirements are met. So that also is an issue which is to be taken care of by the companies when they think of branding. That's the footprints they leave while creating that particular brand. So Infosys had some problem in the initial days in getting people, qualified people. Now of course it is a known brand and people go after it, but initially they had the problem of getting people. So they thought of two things. One is now going for wide publicity and all that, but then they realized that instead of going to that, instead of doing that, to attract people, they released a slogan, integrity and intellect. Infosys, where there is integrity and intellect. That word integrity, it started attracting people. Because the company has that integrity, it started attracting intellectuals, and that's how the company grew later. So that also, that aspect, the integrity also is an aspect which is important in the growth of the organization or in that organization becoming acceptable to the community. And before I conclude, I would like to mention about Tatas. I said about social responsibilities and integrity and all that. So whenever we speak of the societal concern, the first name that comes to our mind is Tatas. So Tata has done lot to the country, lot to the nation in the post-independence scenario. J.R.D. Tata, in one of his addresses, he says, if we were to do like others, if we had done like others, we would have doubled our capacity. He said, we have sacrificed 100% of our growth for the cause of the society. You know, that is the principle with which Tata grew, Tata worked, and Tata became successful. That's why Tata is appreciated, respected today because of its social concern. So to conclude, I'd like to say that whatever may be the industry or the service organization, the growth, the profitability is important, but along with that, the value systems are equally important. If that values are not an integral part of the organization, then the products of that institution or industry will not be accepted in the market. So that's what we in SDM always speak of. We focus on value system, education on a firm foundation of value system. Young friends, you have a long way to go. Think of always adhering to value systems in your life. I wish you all the best, and I wish the conference all the success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom.